Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman. I'm really happy you could be here with me tonight. I want to welcome you if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Rumble, or if you're listening on any of our other places where we post our videos and podcasts. You know, there's just a multitude of places out there. You can find our stuff just about anywhere, which is really exciting and really convenient for all of you. Hello, Robert. Welcome. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I really appreciate that. Hello, Carol Ann. So wonderful to see you. So please hit the like button or the thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate that. And please, if you're here and watching and just kind of sitting in the background, please say hello. I'd love to say hi to you. Hello, Sarah. Super Space Cookie is here. I want you guys to go and check out my website. It's www.ruthsoltman.com. That's RUTH, S as in Sam, OL, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, AN as in Nancy.com. And when you go to my website, there's lots of information there on my books, how to purchase them, my Oracle cards, how to purchase them, and the services that I offer, and how to, schedule an appointment for that. Please join us this Saturday, March 11th at 8 p.m. for the Spiritual Message Circle. For a small donation of only $20 or more, you can get a message from all of the Goldylocks professionals that are on the panel that night. If you haven't checked it out before, please come on by this Saturday. We would love to have you there. Even if you don't want to get a paid message, you're going to hear something that really deeply resonates with you. So it's all good, and we have a lot of fun. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I really appreciate that. We also have a Goldylocks group on Telegram. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great energy there. And I know Tiffany will post a link for that, so I hope you guys will come and join us there. Goldylocks Productions also has an online store where you can go and buy merchandise, and it's tailored to each one of our shows. Right now, there's a 20% off sale going on, and I believe I saw on the website today that it's for 5 more days, but you want to go ahead and get your order and make sure you can get that, that discount. And check it out because we've got some new designs from all of us show hosts. And also don't forget to check out the Goldylocks Productions Oracle cards. Let me just grab them here. This is the tin that they come in. It's really nice. And this is what the cards look like, energized. And this was a collaboration of all of us show hosts as well. So, you can order those directly, and they'll be shipped right to your house. You can also become a Goldylocks Productions VIP. We have 2 shows a month just for our VIPs. And there are different levels of membership and different perks for each one. So you can check those out and decide what fits best for you. And if you would like to think about sponsoring one of the Goldylocks shows, know that when you do, Tiffany will make a little advertisement or commercial for your small business. So it's a really great way to get your name out there, especially if it's a newer business, or maybe if you're having a sale or some kind of promotion. Is a great way to advertise. Now, it is not required, but if you would like to give a tip or donation, you can do that via my Venmo or on Super Chat or Super Sticker or a Rumble rant on Rumble. And if you make a donation of $5 or more, you will move to the front of the line and get a little bit longer message when messages are given, which they usually are. I do have a lot of information tonight, though. Thank you to all of you who show your support by liking and sharing the posts about the show and the show information. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. So in India, today is the day of Holi. And what it does is it marks the beginning of spring. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. Because we've got a lot more to talk about. But I just wanted to say, happy Holi to those that celebrate. Have an amazing day. Hello, Devin. Nice to see you. So as we talked about last week, it is Manifesting March. And just a few reminders that it's all about new beginnings. It's all about rebirth, growth, manifesting. So continue to put your intentions out there. Continue to clear away any blocks that you might have to your abundance coming to you. Hello, Destiny. Continue to heal your past stuff so that you can let it go and it'll be gone forever and it will no longer affect you. Continue to absorb all of these amazing energies and integrate them into your own to help you manifest even quicker. And right now we are on the tail end of the full moon energy as well. So you've got that too. And please join me in sending some extra love, light, and healing to Melissa Parks and her family and to all of those out there that need it. So many people need that extra boost right now. And today is Carol Cox's birthday, so happy birthday, Carol. Happy International Women's Day, everyone. And, it's so funny because, like I have told you guys before, a lot of times I will start getting these nudgings like many, many days before my show and about what information they want relayed or what I'm supposed to talk about or whatever. And I haven't been getting anything. So I got up this morning and I turned on my phone and looked at my calendar and it said it was International Women's Day. And then all this stuff just started flooding through. So I'm like, okay, now I know why they waited. So I'm always patient. I don't have that panicked feeling when I'm not sure. It comes when it comes and I trust it. So I'm patient and I wait now. Didn't used to be that way, but I am now because I know that it's going to happen and I trust that it will. Hello, Joyce. Nice to see you. So today is the day that we celebrate the achievements of women. We celebrate women supporting other women. We're not in competition with anyone else, right? It's only ourselves. We should just strive to be better today than we were yesterday, a better version of ourselves. The role of women in our society has greatly changed over the years. Now, just think back to the day, when you're back to the day-to-day life, let's say, of maybe your grandmother. She more than likely was a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the kids, taking care of the home, taking care of the husband, while the husband went out to support the family. Then fast forward to our day-to-day lives now, and most of the people that we know that are married couples, both people are working, both people are contributing to the household duties, and many times a babysitter or a child care provider is needed to take care of the children. Things have changed a lot. The role of women in our society has changed over the years, and many women just stick out to us in our memory. They achieved amazing things. And I'm just going to mention a few, and you guys go ahead and feel free to mention those that you remember the most or that stick out to you the most, or maybe even people that you've known. Hello, Marcia. So Marie Curie was a Polish-French physicist and a chemist. She discovered polonium and radium and pioneered research on radioactivity. Now check this out. And now this is way back when. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize twice, and the only person to win a Nobel Prize in 2 scientific fields. In 1906, she was the first woman to become a professor at the University of Paris. Like that just gives me chills. That's like amazing for a woman to accomplish now. But can you imagine back then? Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc was a peasant girl who, acting under divine guidance, led the French army into a momentous victory in 1429. 1429. And she had that inner knowing. She had that confidence that it was divine guidance, and she followed it. That was her truth. Rosa Parks, activist in the civil rights movement. She violated the law because she knew that the law was wrong. She followed her truth. And I don't think there's a person out there that does not know who Rosa Parks was. Now, here's one that I did not know, and this really intrigued me. A woman named Ada Lovelace. She was from the 1800s. She was an English mathematician, and she was way ahead of her time. She was the first person ever to publish an algorithm intended for a computer. Now, can you imagine that back in the 1800s? Now, she left this world at the young age of only 36, and it took nearly 100 years after her death for her work to become appreciated. Amelia Earhart. She was an American aviator who became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic and the first person ever to fly solo from Hawaii to the continental U.S. She refused to be boxed in because she was a woman. She didn't let other people tell her what to do. She knew her truth. Ashley Graham, which many might not have heard of her. She is a plus-size model, and she paved the way for body positivity. How powerful is that? Serena Williams, professional tennis player, ranked #1 in the world 8 times. Tarana Burke, civil rights activist and founder of the #MeToo movement in support of victims of sexual harassment and assault. Now, just think about how many lives were changed because of these women. Mia Hamm, she was a professional soccer player. She scored more international goals than any other soccer player. J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter books. She inspired hundreds of millions of children around the world to love reading. To love reading. Princess Diana, who is known for her legacy of love, kindness, and compassion. Michelle Obama, the first African-American First Lady. Her initiative, Let's Move, helped to fight childhood obesity. And, I could sit here this whole hour and just keep naming women. But I just wanted to bring up a few. It's just incredible what these women have accomplished. Now, not only are these women historic icons, they are all trailblazers, paving the way for all women everywhere. Due to what they put into place, they are setting the stage for us and our future generations to go above and beyond what we think that we are capable of. They are fantastic examples and role models. So I started thinking about all these women after I read some of their stories, and what do they all have in common? Hello, Sam. Strength, insight, compassion, confidence, courage. And courage, that's just facing it and doing something that you're afraid of. That's courage. They know their worth and they know their value. They believe in themselves. They stand in their power. They are no longer okay going against what they feel is their truth. Because a lot of these things outside of us, they don't resonate with us. They are not our truth. And they finally stopped saying that was okay and did something about it. They know their truth. They speak their truth. They live their truth. And it changes us and it changes the world. Look at all these things that they have all contributed. We are changing the world and the way that the world perceives women. We were once thought of as weak and overly emotional. That was their perception. That is not how it is. Women are strong, and we are learning how to use our emotions as a catalyst to create positive changes. Positive changes. It's that divine feminine that's in all of us. And we need to tap into that. That part of us that shows us how to nurture, how to love, how to heal, how to care for other people. Divine feminine energy represents creation. It represents birth, renewal, healing, connection, nurturing, growth. A lot of the same things that are associated with springtime and March. And we all need to start tapping into that more. Empathy, compassion, love, understanding, all of those are represented by the divine feminine energy. And it's not only women who have that, men do as well. Women have been held down for far too long. We have allowed others to take away our power. We have allowed others to dictate what we can and cannot do. We've allowed others to take advantage of us. Ladies, it's time to take our power back. If you haven't already or already started, you need to do this now. If you are in a toxic work environment, get out. Find another job. Do something that feeds your soul. Don't let your boss or coworkers undermine you. You are capable of so much more than you believe that you are. If you are in a toxic or abusive relationship, get out now. You deserve so much more. Make a plan and follow it. Stay with a friend or a family member if you have to until you can get back on your feet. Toxic and abusive relationships take away your power. Take it back. They slowly chip away at your self-esteem until you don't even recognize who you are anymore. It brings you down and makes you feel like you can't leave, like everything is your fault. Seek professional assistance and guidance if you need to, but get out of that situation. It is not good for you. It is not healthy for you. You deserve to live your best life. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel safe. Imagine feeling like you're not safe in your own home. That's your haven, right? That's your sacred place. To not feel safe in that environment, it's very detrimental to you. So if you're in that situation, you need to leave. All of that toxicity of the relationship is wearing you down. It's wearing away at you. You need to start believing in yourself again. Because when you're in a situation like that, you totally lose yourself. You lose confidence in yourself. You lose believing in yourself. You feel like you're nothing anymore. So you have to find yourself again. You have to believe in yourself again. You have to find your truth. And once you do, and you speak that truth and live in that truth, everything is going to change for you. You'll no longer let people take away your power. So no matter what you have been told, no matter what you have been led to believe, you can do it. You definitely can do it. It's our love and our compassion, our nurturing, our kindness, and our desire for a better world. That's what gives us strength and power to create change and to build a better world for ourselves. And yes, we know that a lot of things, when we're in that situation, where we want to live in that truth and live in that love, sometimes our world around us is going to crumble so that we can rebuild on that foundation of love and truth. And that's okay. We need to build each other up and support each other all the time. We're not in competition with each other. We are all one. What affects you affects me, and vice versa, because and it affects us on a spiritual and an energetic level. You know, a lot of times when someone's going through something, you can feel it yourself. So let's support each other as we all shine our light a little bit brighter. We're amazing spiritual beings, and there is not anything that we cannot accomplish. And as we keep growing and evolving and healing, we keep raising that vibration. We keep raising our vibration, our frequency. Our light is brighter and brighter. Now, some of these women that we were talking about, you know, they made changes that were kind of on a global level, at least a lot of them. You don't have to do it. We don't have to do anything that drastic or that huge to make a difference. You just have to be you, the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Heal anything that needs to be healed. Get rid of it. Let it go and live in your truth. That is a great service and a great gift to all of humanity if you do that. Be an example. And you know what? If we start this with our girls and boys when they are young, we start building them up from the beginning, teach them their value, teach them their worth, build their confidence, teach them kindness, compassion, teach them to know their truth, to speak their truth, and to live in their truth, and to embrace all of who they are. Then they will be so far ahead of any of us when they get older, when they're grown. They'll not get into toxic situations in their life because their energy won't jive with it. Their energy will vibrate higher than those things. They won't be intimidated. They won't allow themselves to be bullied. They won't allow people, anyone, or anything to take away their power because they will know who they are and they will stand in the truth of who they are. And there's so many children these days that don't display any manners or even common courtesy. And that is one thing that I did right as a parent. I have to say, I'm very proud of that. All of my children are kind, compassionate, loving, courteous, and they all have manners. They're the ones that hold the door for strangers. They have great work ethics. They have worked for what they have, and everything wasn't just given to them. They know the value of things, and they know what's important. And they learn these things growing up, not because it's what they were told, but it's because it's what they were shown. And children, they don't listen to what you say. They watch what you do, and they mimic you. You are a role model for them. And I am eternally grateful that my children had amazing role models when they were growing up. It really helped to instill the important stuff into them. And these are things that they still exhibit today. So be a good example for your children and all the children that you're around or that are in your life. Surround them with positive role models. It will make a huge difference as they get older. I was very blessed to have amazing people in my life when I was young. People who taught me the importance of honesty, truth, hard work, compassion, unconditional love. And I come from a long line of strong, powerful women. And I'm bringing this up today because it is International Women's Day. Now, my mom was a stay-at-home mom all of my life when I was growing up. But after my dad passed, I saw what a strong and independent thinking woman that she was. She lived the rest of her life on her own terms, doing or not doing whatever she wanted. And there was no way you could sway her either way. Once she made her mind up, that's what she was doing. Now, her mother, my grandma, was also a stay-at-home mom. And she took care of my mom when she was a child and her husband. And he worked, he supported the family by driving a over-the-road truck. So he was gone a lot. And even like when I was their grandchild, not just when my mom was a kid, but when I was their grandchild, he'd be gone sometimes a week at a time. Everything was left up to my grandma to handle and take care of. My grandma wasn't like most. She would do home repairs, um, home improvements, clean out the gutters, paint, lawn care, and she would do it all by herself. She was very independent. My dad's mom was divorced back in the 50s. Now, can you imagine that? And she worked her entire life. She did get remarried, but she still continued to work. She was very independent. Being a single mom in the 50s with 5 kids was not common like it is today. So I can't even imagine what that was like. Now, all of these women also embraced their spiritual gifts as well. My mom saw ghosts and spirits. She was very connected with birds, and she'd have daily conversations with them. Her mother had a natural remedy for everything. She knew stuff about the future, um, about computers and how they were going to be the future, even though none of us had ever heard of computers. My dad's mom had prophetic dreams. Prophetic dreams. And when anything was wrong in our family, she would dream about her dad. And every time she dreamed about her dad, there was like some kind of a, mini crisis with one of her children. So she always knew. Now, while they used all of these gifts, it was never talked about or acknowledged. And a lot has changed since then. There are still a lot of people who hesitate or are fearful of talking about their spiritual gifts. But we need to change that going forward. We need to come out of that spiritual closet. There's nothing to fear. Be an example. Be an example that future generations will remember and talk about. Be a role model for all of the girls and boys in your life. This would create positive changes for future generations. Now, who are some women that you can think of throughout history, or maybe some very recent ones that really left an imprint on you? There's just so many different ones. It's just crazy. But women are very powerful, even though we've been led so long to believe that we're not. We know better. And it's time that we really step into that power. That's what this world needs now. It needs that feminine energy, that divine feminine energy. It needs love. It needs compassion. It needs all of those things. And we can easily and wonderfully give that to the world. So if anybody has any other thoughts or anything, just let me know. And I would be happy to do some cards for you guys. Okay, write down some names. So Robert, thank you so much for your super sticker. Okay, let's see what we have for Robert. And I'm also going to use these beautiful Goldylocks cards. Okay, Robert, the first card I pulled for you is you are safe. You are safe. You are safe. Go for your dreams. There's nothing that should be holding you back anymore. You are in a great position. You are protected. You are being guided. So know that when you take that plunge, you're not going to fall. You're going to soar. You are going to fly. It's safe for you to do that, and this is a good time to do that. And you also got the Archangel Michael card, who is the great protector. So know that you are safe and he is with you, protecting you. Anytime that you're feeling unsafe, you can call on him or any of the other angels. They will always be there for you. They will always assist you, but you have to ask. Because of free will, They can't just intervene whenever they want to. So make sure that you are calling on them when you need it. And the Goldylocks card I pulled for you, Robert, says you are connecting dots to greater understanding. And that is a message from Melissa Parks. And take a look there at your beautiful symbol. And you are connecting the dots. Things are starting to make more sense to you. You've been opening yourself up so much to so much information. And it's all starting to make more sense. As you connect the dots, it will continue to make more sense for you. So that's an amazing thing. You're getting a deeper and more profound spiritual understanding of you, of life, and of everything. So yay, Robert. Keep on learning, keep on growing, keep on evolving. That's amazing. Okay, Heather. What do we have for Heather? Okay, Heather. Divine purpose. We all have a divine purpose. We all have a purpose for which we came here. And it's time for you to start remembering yours if you have it. I truly believe that everyone's divine purpose somehow is connected to service of others in some way or another, because it's to help benefit everyone. So it's time for you to start thinking about that. Start remembering why you're here, Heather. And they're also wanting you to explore. Explore. Do a deep dive. Go inside and go as deep as you can. Do what healing you can do, whatever you need. Release the stuff you need to release. And explore within yourself how your beliefs are changing, how you are growing spiritually. And then look back at where you were maybe 5 years ago and how different everything is for you. Everything about your life. Oh, I love this. Okay, so the Goldylocks card I pulled for you says, let go of anything that no longer serves you. And that was my message. Let go of anything that no longer serves you. Because if it's no longer serving you, it's not doing you any good. So why hang on to it, right? We have to let that stuff go. Because all it is doing is holding us back from moving forward. It's blocking our good and our abundance from coming to us. And we don't want that. We want to be clear and easily have all of that good and all of that abundance come to us very easily. Okay, now we have Carol Ann. Carol Ann. Now, Carol Ann, she has her show on tomorrow night in the Psychic Flow. And she is a psychic medium, and she can connect with your loved ones on the other side. So you should check her show out. And while I am thinking about it so that I don't forget, Sunday nights, Tiffany, White Sage Woman, she has her show, and that is Spiritual Insight. And it's always amazing. Always amazing. So, Carol Ann, your card is You Are Understood. So have you been feeling misunderstood, or maybe like when you're communicating with someone, they're really not getting what you're saying? They are. They understand. And I know sometimes we feel like we're not being heard. And that can come off as someone misunderstanding because they're just not paying attention. And that's not anything like to do with us that they're listening to. You know, we all have so many thoughts going on in our head at once. We all have so many different things on our mind. We'll be laying there in bed thinking, oh, did I turn the coffee pot off? Or, just a million different thoughts. So just know that you are understood and that you are getting through to whoever it is that you think that you're not. And your Goldylocks card is a message from Tiffany. And it says, I am one with universal life energy. It is flowing through me now. And just feel that energy from the symbol. It's amazing. And we are all that life force energy, right? And it's always flowing through us. And it's amazing. Okay, Sarah. We'll do Sarah next. So I hope that message resonates with you, Carol Ann. Okay. Sarah, you got the same card as Carol Ann. And I shuffled quite a few times. You are understood. So know that you are coming across your messages, even though we may think that people aren't, paying attention or it's not sinking in. They understand what you're saying. People might not always agree with what we're saying, but they can still understand. They can still listen with love and with compassion. And that's how we should all listen to others, with love and compassion. Let's see what Goldylocks card comes out for you, Sarah. Yours is from Gala Akashana, and it says cleanse. Cleanse the heaviness out of your life. Get rid of the things that no longer serve you. They feel heavy because they're not supposed to be there. And Gala's show is going to be coming back this spring, so we'll have more information about that a little later on, as we know closer to when it's going to be. Okay, Joyce. Let me get you a message here. Joyce. What do we have for Joyce? There we go. Joyce, believe in yourself. Everything is possible. You have to believe in yourself. We always, and we all do this. We might, let's say we draw a picture and we might think, wow, that's not too bad. But we don't care what we think. We go and look to someone else. Hey, how do you like this picture I drew? And if they say, oh, wow, that's fantastic, then we believe it. But we have to believe it ourselves. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, what anybody else says. The only opinion that should really matter is our own. So believe more in yourself, in your abilities, in your writing, and do more of that as well, because it's really important, Joyce. Everybody should journal. It's very healing, very healing. It's a great way to get out those emotions that you're having a hard time dealing with. And your message is from Carol Ann, and it says, listen to the earth. And I know you love nature. I know you do. And, the earth has its own heartbeat, right? And that Schumann resonance is what measures it. And it's like the heartbeat of the earth. And the earth and nature and everything about it is just so amazing and so healing. And it's not just healing, like, oh, it puts you in a good mood when you go outside and the sun is shining and the birds are singing. It heals you on so many levels and you don't even realize it. So pay attention to nature. Pay attention to the trees. Spring is coming. And I know, Joyce, you always posted lots and lots of pictures as the flowers are blooming. So keep tuning into that, because you're very connected to nature. Destiny. Okay. see what we have for destiny. Destiny, destiny. Okay. Send love. Send love, destiny. Send love from your heart out into the world. Send love to yourself. It's so important, that self-love, that self-care. We have to fill ourselves up first before we have anything to give to someone else. So you have to fill yourself up with love. And then you are able to give it away to others. And when you give it away, it doesn't leave and not come back. It's back and forth, back and forth. We give and receive, give and receive. So send out a little extra love to someone you may know that is in need right now. And always make sure when you do that to send some to yourself. And your card is a message from Melissa Parks. Her show is on Fridays. And that is Joyful Findings. And it says, practice what you preach. That's being real. That's being who you are. Why would you tell someone else to do something that you're not willing to do yourself? That's just fake. That's just fake. So practice what you tell others. Take your own advice. A lot of times we're very happy to give someone else advice about something, but we could be in that same situation and our eyes are blinded to the fact. So as you are, saying things to other people or advising them or just giving them some support, really listen to the words that come out of your mouth. This is for all of us too, but really pay attention and hear what you're saying. Because a lot of times, and I know this with myself, a lot of times it's something that we ourselves need to hear. So I hope that resonates with you. I know I saw some messages here too. Destiny. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're welcome. Sarah said, thank you for mentioning her mom's birthday. Well, you're welcome. Marsha. Joyce. Destiny. Jeez, I can't even read my own writing. And let's see, Devin. What do we have for Devin? Devin, it's time to create. And how this blows my mind, because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about March. We're talking about spring. We've been talking about a time for new beginnings, new creations. So create something new. Create something new in your life. Whether it be a new hobby, a new event, like maybe a monthly event, a new friend, or maybe you want to go a little bit deeper and you have something that some kind of a craft or woodworking or something like that you like to do. I don't really know. But if so, maybe it's a time to start creating things like that. And your message is from Carol Ann, and it says, allow the quiet. Appreciate those quiet times. Appreciate that alone time. Because when we're quiet, that's when we hear things the most. That's when we get the most information, the most messages, because we're quiet. And you have to still your mind, and then all of that information could come in. We might put a lot of questions out there all the time, but then we don't wait for an answer. Or when we don't hear an answer right away, we think that we haven't been heard. But when you quiet your mind and you're still, then that information and those answers can come to you. I hope that made sense to you, Devin. And now we have beautiful Marsha. See what we have for Marsha. Marsha, Marsha. I only said it twice. Okay, Marsha. Your card is about friendship. And I feel like you probably have quite a few friends. And I feel like your friendship circle is going to be expanding. People love your energy. They absolutely love your energy. And they love to be around you. And they say you're a very fun person. Value those friendships always. Never, I'm not saying that you do this, but never take advantage of that or take it for granted because one day it might not be there. So, everyone, tell the people that you love them. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And your card is from Gala, and it says, take time to relax and rest. I always feel like a very busy energy from you, Marsha. And it's important for you to have some downtime and to rest a bit and make sure you are taking very good care of yourself. That's very important because if you don't, then you're going to get run down and you're not going to be able to do as much. So just remember that it's really important for you to take good care of yourself, rest and relax when you need to. You don't always have to be doing something. You can put it off for a little bit. Take care of yourself. Devin said, without all of the beautiful women in our lives, the world would not be complete and would not be what it is today. Life as we know it would not exist. Sarah says, when I have been feeling lately that what I say falls on deaf ears. Wow, great validation tonight. Well, thank you for saying that because that's great validation for me too. Sarah says, I know exactly what that means on the heaviness. I'll definitely be letting that weight go. I'm ready to soar high like an eagle and be free. Yes. Joy said, thank you. Writing is very important. Yes, it is. You're welcome, Destiny and Devin. Oh, good. Marcia says she's been taking mornings easier. That is good to hear. Good to hear. If anyone else out there would like a message, then please just drop that in the comments. I have one for Sam. Oh, you got another repeat one. Sam, believe in yourself. Don't let anyone put any doubts in your head. You know what you can do. You know what you are capable of. Although I feel like I shouldn't say what you're capable of, but you know right now what you are looking to achieve. But you are capable of doing so much more than you believe you are. But don't let anything or anyone put any doubts into your mind. Have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Know that it's going to be successful or succeed, or you're going to reach your goal, however you want to word it. And the Goldylocks card that you got is a message from Melissa, Seeker of Truth, Teacher of Light. Seeker of Truth. Look at that beautiful symbol. Teacher of Light. So that one there is for you, Sam. Awesome. You are welcome. I'm going to pull a card for Veronica. Veronica, it's time to create. What are you working on? It's time to create something new, whether it's a new relationship, a new hobby, a new recipe, maybe. Maybe it's food related, a new home. But it's time for you to create something new in your life. And when you create that something new, it changes the energy, right? So it's just gonna really be an amazing energy for you to be in. And your message is from Melissa Parks as well. Take the deep dive into great wisdom. Take the deep dive into great wisdom. Go inside. Go inside. And, you have a lot of wisdom in there. You have a lot of growth. You've been evolving so much. And a lot of the things that you have been going through have really helped you to grow and heal. So just acknowledge that within yourself. Just acknowledge that. They're wanting you to acknowledge it. And okay, I'm going to pull a card for Tiffany. And I'm going to tell you, I had stated, I believe it was in December, about 2023, let's all make this our best year ever. And I have to tell you that this year, it's only March, 8th? This year has been amazing for me so far. Things that have manifested in my life are things that have been needing to for a long time. And it's just amazing when you see these things that you kind of, thought in the back of your head, well, this is never going to happen, so I'm just going to forget about it. And now it's starting to manifest, and it's so exciting, and it's so cool. And it gets to the point where you just think, I can't wait to see what happens next, because the stuff is just blowing my mind. Absolutely blowing my mind. Okay, Tiffany, self-reflection. Self-reflection. So what I feel from that is they're wanting you to just take a look at where you're at right now. And I feel like you may have some new ideas, some new things that you're wanting to incorporate into the work that you do. So just reflect on that and think back, you too, as well, to like where you were like 5 years ago and how much you've grown since then. It's kind of like the snowball at the top of the, mountain. And as it goes down and how it rolls and gets bigger and bigger and bigger by the time it gets to the bottom. And I feel like that's you, that, you started out in one place, and not that you're going downhill, but that you are just, it's just, the energy is just ginormous now. I know everyone here can feel your amazing energy, but I do feel like there's something new. Maybe you already know what it is, or that's coming down a little bit down the road. Maybe it's a new healing modality. Maybe it's a new product. I don't know, but I feel like some way that you are going to expand your business. And your card is from Marsha Culver, and Marsha has her show Enlightened Heights on Mondays, and it says, dragons surround you. They represent our personal power. Treasure their presence. Personal power. Dragons are all about our personal power. And they're strong, right? And, Tiffany, I feel like you are always standing in your power and standing in your truth. You must have a lot of dragons around you, huh? Okay. Oh, good night, Destiny. Thank you so much for being here. If anybody else would like a message, I would be happy to do that. We have about 5 more minutes. Oh, hello, Carol Cox. Happy birthday to you. Oh, you are welcome, Tiffany. And I am going to pull a card for you, Carol. So nice to see you here. Oh, thank you, Robert. Okay, Carol, ask for a sign. Ask for a sign. So, are you questioning something? Are you trying to manifest something? And maybe you get a little bit of information, but you're just not clear. So you're ask for a sign. They will give you a sign. If you feel like you get a message, but you're not clear what that message is telling you, ask them to clarify. Ask them for a sign. It's okay for us to ask for help. That's why we have this whole ginormous spiritual team on the other side. They're there for us. They're our own personal team. There's angels and guides and all sorts of light beings, ancestors. And they're all there to help us, to guide us when we need it, to comfort us when we need it. They're there to give us tons and tons of guidance, but they're not just going to tell us a bunch of stuff unless we ask. Now, we do have certain guides that help keep us on the path that we designed before we came here. And sometimes they might have to, try to kindly guide us in that direction because that's an agreement that we made before we even came here. And your message is also from Marsha Culver, and it says love. When you are spreading love, it is coming back to you. Yes, when you are sending that love out, it just comes back in waves. And I'm going to tell you, one of the most powerful times I felt that, and I felt that love and that unconditional love just completely wash over my body, was when I went to see Neil Donald Walsh. That was the first year that I moved here. He was at the Unity Church in Houston that fall in October. And his first book is what completely changed my life. So I knew I had to go see him. And he, during the course of his talk, he did this meditation. And he said, some of you are going to feel nothing. Some of you are going to feel a little something. Some of you are going to feel the presence of God. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, that's what I want. That's what I want. That would be so amazing. And as he was doing this meditation, and it's real quiet, and I'm sitting there with my eyes closed, I'm really focusing on what he says. And let me tell you, his voice, he does a really, really good meditation. And so I was really into it, and I'm just sitting there. And as I'm sitting there, it felt, and I saw like the roof of this church, like it opened up. There was the sky, the sun beaming down on me. And this beam of light that came down was the most incredible love I have ever felt in my life. It was so, so amazing. And, it's so powerful that I just immediately burst into tears because it's hard to describe, but it was one of the most profound experiences I've ever had. It was so amazing. But I definitely felt the presence of God, angels, unconditional love, whatever it was, but it was definitely came to me through like a golden beam of light or white light. It was just so, so incredible. And it just went through my whole entire body. So I just wanted to share that with you. Hello, Richard. I have a card for you, Richard. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Show appreciation, Richard. Show appreciation and gratitude for everything, even like the littlest things. Go outside in the morning, you hear the birds singing. Appreciate that sound. Appreciate that the birds are there. Just show appreciation and gratitude for everything. And that's going to create so much more in your life for you to be grateful for. And your energized card is a message from Carol Ann. And it says, stand in strength. Stand in strength. Stand in your truth. You know who you are, Richard. Stand in the power of that and stand in your truth. Well, I have to say this hour went by super fast for me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am very grateful for each and every one of you. You're welcome, Carol. Hope you have a happy birthday. I am very grateful. And please continue to like the show, to watch the show, to listen to the show. I appreciate that so much. I will see you guys back here next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And don't forget, if you live in the time zone where you have daylight savings time, this is the weekend that we set our clocks ahead. So, good night, everyone. I love you all.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.